Living paycheck to paycheck can feel like running on a treadmill that never stops. You work hard, you earn your money, but by the end of the month, the balance in your account is staring back at you with a zero. This cycle is incredibly common, but it is not a life sentence. Today, we are breaking down 10 smart money hacks specifically designed for those who feel they have no wiggle room. We will look at psychological shifts, practical tools, and small habits that compound over time. Our goal is to move you from a state of survival to a state of stability. This is not about cutting out every joy in your life, but about being intentional with every dollar you earn. Let us dive into the strategies that will help you reclaim control over your finances and finally build the cushion you deserve. The first hack is the 24-hour rule for all non-essential purchases. The reason this rule is so powerful is because it targets impulse buying, which is often the biggest leak in a tight budget. Our brains are wired for instant gratification, making that online sale look like a necessity in the moment. By forcing a waiting period, you allow your logical mind to override your emotional impulses. For example, if you see a new gadget or a piece of clothing you love, simply put it in your cart and close the tab. If you still feel it is a vital necessity after 24 hours, you can then evaluate if it fits the budget. Most of the time, the urge to buy will have faded significantly. Using time as a filter ensures that your money only goes toward things that truly add value to your life. This single habit can save you hundreds of dollars every year by preventing regretful spending. Hack number 2 is automating your savings, even if it is just $5. The reason this is essential for people living paycheck to paycheck is that it removes the burden of choice. When you have to manually move money to savings, you are forced to make a difficult decision every time you get paid. By automating the process, the money is gone before you even have the chance to miss it. Think of it as a hidden tax that benefits your future self. For example, setting up a recurring transfer of just $10 every Friday might seem insignificant, but after a year, you have over $500 tucked away for emergencies. This creates a psychological shift where you learn to live on what is left rather than trying to save what is left. Automation turns saving into a passive background process rather than a stressful chore. When your savings grow without your active intervention, you build financial confidence. Pay yourself first to ensure your long-term security. The third hack is adopting the cash envelope method for your most problematic spending categories. The reason this works so effectively is the physical sensation of spending. Swiping a plastic card is psychologically painless, but physically handing over $20 bills creates a visceral reaction in the brain. This friction naturally slows down your spending. For example, if you struggle with spending too much on dining out, put your monthly dining budget in a physical envelope. Once that cash is gone, you simply cannot eat out anymore until the next month. This visual cue provides an immediate and undeniable reality check that digital balances often fail to convey. It forces you to prioritize what you actually want versus what you want right now. By using physical cash for variable expenses, you regain a sense of the true value of your hard-earned money. This method is one of the fastest ways to stop overspending in categories that typically drain your bank account. Hack number 4 is switching to generic brands for everyday staples. The reason brand loyalty is often a trap is that you are frequently paying for marketing and fancy packaging rather than a superior product. In many cases, the ingredients in generic store brands are identical to their name brand counterparts. Small savings at the grocery store add up to massive monthly gains. For example, switching to generic medications, cleaning supplies, and pantry staples like flour or salt can reduce your grocery bill by 20 to 30%. If you normally spend $400 a month on groceries, this simple switch could put nearly $100 back into your pocket every single month. That is money that can go directly toward your emergency fund or debt repayment. You do not need to sacrifice quality to find breathing room in your budget. By becoming a savvy, brand-agnostic shopper, you take a major step toward breaking the paycheck cycle. Focus on the value of the contents, not the logo on the box. The fifth hack is using roundup apps or features provided by your bank. The reason roundups are so brilliant is that they work on the principle of micro-saving. Most of us do not notice a difference of 40 cents or 60 cents on a transaction, but those tiny amounts happen multiple times a day. This turns every purchase into a tiny investment for your future. For example, if you buy a coffee for $3.40, the app rounds that up to $4 and puts the 60 cents into a separate savings or investment account. Over the course of a month, these spare change contributions can easily total $30 to $50 without you ever feeling the pinch. It is the modern version of a literal change jar, but it happens automatically and digitally. This is an ideal strategy for those who feel they have absolutely nothing left to save at the end of the month. Rounding up creates a savings habit that scales with your spending. It is a painless way to start building your first financial buffer. Hack number 6 is performing a ruthless audit of your recurring subscriptions. The reason this is critical is because of subscription creep, where small monthly fees for streaming, apps, and memberships slowly bleed your account dry. These companies bank on the fact that you will forget to cancel. Digital clutter leads to financial drain. For example, many people discover they are paying for 2 different music services or a gym membership they have not used in 6 months. By going through your bank statement line by line and canceling everything that does not provide high value, you can often find $50 to $100 in monthly savings instantly. This is recurring money that stays in your pocket every month moving forward. It requires only 1 hour of work to yield hundreds of dollars in annual savings. Be honest about what you actually use and what you are just paying for out of habit. Auditing your subscriptions is one of the fastest ways to give yourself a raise without actually needing a new job. The 7th hack is strategic meal prepping focused on bulk ingredients. The reason meal prepping is a game changer for those living paycheck to paycheck is that it eliminates the expensive emergency dinner. When you are tired after work, you are much more likely to order takeout if there is nothing ready to eat at home. Preparation prevents expensive convenience. For example, spending Sunday afternoon cooking a large batch of rice, beans, and roasted vegetables can provide lunches for the entire week for less than the cost of a single fast food meal. This approach reduces your cost per meal to just a few dollars. Beyond the financial savings, it also saves you time and improves your health. By taking control of your kitchen, you take control of one of the largest variable expenses in your life. Meal prepping ensures that your hunger never dictates your spending habits. Consistency in the kitchen leads directly to consistency in your bank account balance. Hack number 8 is implementing the no-spend weekend once a month. The reason this is effective is that it challenges your creativity and resets your relationship with entertainment. We often default to activities that cost money, like going to the movies or grabbing drinks, because they are easy. Fun does not have to have a price tag. For example, during a no-spend weekend, you might go for a hike, visit a free museum, have a board game night, or finally finish a project around the house. You only spend money on absolute necessities like gas or groceries you already have. This 48-hour period of zero spending can save you $50 to $100 in a single weekend. It also helps you realize how many free resources are available in your community. By intentionally choosing to spend nothing for just 2 days, you create a massive surplus that can be used to pay down high-interest debt. These weekends serve as a financial detox that refreshes your budget and your mind. The 9th hack is negotiating your recurring utility bills and service contracts. The reason this works is that many service providers have customer retention departments authorized to give discounts that are not advertised to the public. They would rather keep you as a customer for a lower price than lose you to a competitor. Your loyalty should be earned, not assumed. For example, calling your internet provider or insurance company and simply asking if there are any current promotions or if they can match a competitor price can often shave $20 off your monthly bill. If you do this for 3 or 4 different services, you have effectively found $60 a month in pure savings. This requires nothing more than a few phone calls and a bit of politeness. Many people are afraid to ask, but the worst they can say is no. By being an advocate for your own wallet, you reduce your fixed costs and increase your monthly cash flow. Don't leave money on the table simply because you didn't ask for a better deal. Hack number 10 is finding a low-friction side hustle to generate micro income. The reason this is vital for breaking the paycheck cycle is that sometimes the problem is not your spending, but your income floor. Adding just an extra $50 a week can be the difference between falling behind and getting ahead. New income streams create new possibilities. For example, you might take online surveys, sell unused items from your closet, or offer a specific skill like proofreading on a freelance platform. The key is to choose something that does not require a large upfront investment or massive time commitment. This extra income should be treated as bonus money and sent directly to savings or debt rather than being absorbed into your daily spending. By diversifying your income, even in small amounts, you create a safety net that protects you from the unexpected. This proactive approach builds a bridge from barely making it to truly thriving. Every extra dollar earned is a step toward financial independence. Taking control of your finances is a journey of 1,000 small decisions. By implementing these 10 hacks, you are not just saving money, you are building a new relationship with your future. Start with one or two that feel the easiest, and watch how your confidence grows as your bank balance stabilizes. Financial freedom is possible for everyone. Thank you for watching and for taking this step toward a more secure life. If you found these tips helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more practical financial guidance. Remember, the best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is right now.